to Troy Butler, the Australian team captain. Troy, welcome back to the Ekka. This is your old stamping grounds.
Well, it seems to be just lately. I mean, every year we sort of come back from Europe, and it's definitely one of the best venues to be riding at. It's just, it's just good for me to be able to come here and be selected all the time to ride at the exhibition ground.
How are you feeling after last week? A little bit of upset last Monday night up at Ipswich. You're feeling a lot better today?
That's right. Yeah. I mean, I had to pull out of my last ride. Mainly I'd had a flu just the week before, and I thought I got rid of it, but sort of doing the rides that we were doing in the heat, it just started coming back out of me again, and I was getting some stomach cramps. I didn't feel too confident on the bike at some stages, so I thought the best possible interest for me was to pull out of the last race. I mean, unfortunately we'd already lost the meeting, and I didn't think it was going to do me any favours to sort of go out and risk myself, and anybody else's health really, on the track that was quite good but a little bit patchy, and we could have come in unstuck and got into a little bit of trouble really.
How do you think you're going to go tonight against the Poms? Do you think you can beat them here at the Ekka?
Well, definitely I think now, because they've actually, the promoters and the ACU and the rest of the people that are picking these teams have actually put a stronger team together, which is good news for the guys that have been riding in the team sort of full on, because it takes a lot of pressure off us. They brought Crump up from Victoria. Darren Winkler's down. He had a good run here in the Queensland title, and they've really strengthened the team up, which should have been done a few weeks ago. And it annoyed me a little bit at Ipswich the other week. We were sort of pushing our luck against the guys that were going quite hard. We had a couple of guys that were really inexperienced and shouldn't have been there, and like I say, it was putting pressure on us. And at the end of the day, it's just not the way to run a team, and we're all here to win. We don't come here not to win, and hopefully tonight you'll see a big and different side for the Australian team.
Troy, how many points do you think you can beat them Poms by tonight?
Well, I'm not sure how many we beat them by. I don't really care how many we beat them by, as long as we beat them. That's the main thing. It doesn't matter how many points you're sort of in front by or whatever, as long as you stay in front. And like I say, at the end of the day, we're in front.
All right, Troy, we wish you and the team all the best, and hope that you come home with that #1 spot.
Thanks very much.
All right, we're out again talking with Troy Butler. We're about to talk to Bobby Johnson again, the referee for tonight, who's going to set down the rules well and truly. Bob, you've got a busy task ahead of you tonight, doing the match, and you're going to lay the rules down well and truly.
Well, it's not a case of me laying the rules down, Cole. These are international rules, and they all know it. Yeah, sure, it's going to be a busy night. It always does when the traditional rivals, Australia and England, get together. I mean, there's always going to be sparks flying, and I guess it's up to a referee. Depends on how closely he watches the action. That's as simple as that.
All right, Bubba, we'll let you go over. You've got a big job to do, and I'm sure that whichever team wins will be the best team.
Yeah, they certainly will, because it's not going to be an easy task for anybody. It's going to be a hard fight. There's a lot of young fellas out there that want to make a name for themselves, and there's also a lot more out there, a lot of other fellas in there that are older stages hands and want to show the young blokes the rope. So yeah, it's going to be good action, and you look after yourself for tonight too, and keep us up with that good commentary. All
right, we will. Thanks very much, Bob. Bobby Johnson, the ACU steward for tonight. We'll go back upstairs and bring you some more action on the Curtis Video Productions right here at the Exhibition International Speedway for the third meeting of the 1991-92 Speedway season.
Exhibition Speedway fans, please remain standing for the national anthems of our visiting countries. Firstly, the national anthem of the United Kingdom. now, Speedway fans, the national anthem for the United States of America. On Machinery Hill, you'll get a bird's eye view as the drivers and riders arrive here tonight. They'll be closely escorted by Baker Brothers. They're the painting experts. Also, we say thanks to City Hire. We'll give you trackside introductions for the team and be getting underway very, very shortly. Running through the Australian Kangaroos competing here tonight as a reserve, the legendary man of Speedway, Stanley Bear. Clinton Butler also forms part of the Australian Kangaroos. Mark Carlson's there too, a man that thrilled us no end at his last outing here in Brisbane. Darren Winkler's here too. The legendary man of Speedway, Phil Crump, also joins us. Replacing Rod Calhoun tonight will be Mick Powell, and of course the Australian captain will be Troy Butler. We'll do trackside introductions as the boys turn up on Machinery Hill. Give them a big cheer. These fellas have come a long, long way to put this together tonight, and this is going to be a battle royale. The Australian and the UK team, the English All-Stars, headed by Paul Thorp, Ray Morton, Simon Cross, Scott Lamb, Paul Woods, Janie Habbin, and also Steve Schofield. Actually, Justin Walker will be replacing Steve Schofield here tonight. So give them a big cheer as they come past the Ernest Bain stand. They're the Aussies and the English All-Stars. Team manager for the Australian Kangaroos is Bob Layden, and Nigel Bucock, again another legend in Speedway, is the manager for the English All-Stars. And the man that I have been waiting a long, long time here to see tonight in action, the man that's been doing a hell of a lot in Speedway for quite a few years, in front of the Ernest Bain stand now, a big Brisbane exhibition welcome to the legend of Speedway, Phil Crump. Would you please also welcome all the way from the US of A, a chance to meet our American All-Stars tonight. They'll be competing in the Sprint Car Summer Cup. The King of Thrills, Jimmy Sills, Joe Gertie and Kevin Urton now being escorted on the track tonight thanks to Metro Nissan. Give them a big hand. This is the first chance that we'll see them run. They've been doing a bit of spying in northern capitals of Queensland. Tonight, let's have a look at the Australian Kangaroos. Brisbane, would you please welcome our Australian Kangaroos team as we run through them now. Stan Bear, Clinton Butler, Mark Carlson, Darren Winkler, Phil Crump, replacing Rod Calhoun, Mick Powell, and of course the #1 captain for the Australian Kangaroos. We'll see if we can grab him now. A big Brisbane exhibition welcome to Troy Butler. Come back, Troy.
Thanks very much.
You're looking good. You had a chance to see some of these pommies, the All-Stars, yet?
Yeah, we ran against them at Ipswich on Monday night, actually. So, you know, they look very strong. They're all very competitive, and I think they're going to produce a really tough match for us, actually.
You got any ones there that we do have to keep an eye on from the stands?
Well, all of them, I suppose. They brought them all out. You know, they're all riding in British League clubs out there. You know, they've all sort of proved themselves, you know, well enough to be able to get on a tour like this. And you know, I think probably the top three are obviously going to be the strongest. But you know, all the way down the line, they've got a strong team, and we're really going to have to keep our eyes open and you know, really look over our shoulders and make sure they're not coming around us. But they're all going to be going good. And like I say, we're going to be on our toes and just going as good as we can. Congratulations,
firstly, on your form reversal. You were having a bit of a slump earlier in the year, and you've obviously picked up now. You happy with the way things are going personally?
Yeah, I mean, things have been going quite good. We haven't done a lot of meetings, you know, not as many as what we did last year, which is unfortunate in some ways, but it's nice to have a bit of a rest, and, you know, hopefully I can keep the form going and, you know, especially win tonight and keep going. We travel to Rockhampton tomorrow and then Mackay, so, you know, hopefully that form will stay there and I can keep going over the summer.
And Santa Claus didn't bring you a new bike or anything?
No, he seems to be a bit short of cash this year.
Oh, is he? All right. Again, a Brisbane welcome to the Australian Kangaroos, headed by Troy Butler. And now from across the waves, very well accredited, would you please welcome, headed by Nigel Bucock, the manager for the English All-Stars, would you welcome, as we run through the list, Jamie Habbin, Justin Walker, Paul Woods, Scott Simon Cross, Ray Morton, and Paul Thorp. Paul, if we could just have a couple of quick words. You've obviously seen how the boys went for the Australian Kangaroos. How do you think the team will shape up tonight? These fellas are pretty good.
Yeah, we've got a strong side together, and you know, the Australians have put a good side together for tonight, so I think it's going to be a tough meeting, and I hope everybody enjoys it. It's going to be a good meeting, and we're going to enjoy ourselves and give 100%.
Did Nigel have any last-minute instructions before he came out tonight? Any particular riders to keep an eye out for?
No, he just says win.
Oh, did he? Or you walk home? Something like that?
Win or you walk home, yeah.
Oh, okay then, mate. How about a big hand for Paul Thorp? Paul is heading the English All-Stars.
Okay, we'll cross over now to our promoter, Mr. Mick Butler, who will do the duty of asking our guest to toss the coin.
Thanks, Cole. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to tonight's show. I'm sure you won't go away disappointed. First of all, we have a sad duty, I guess. All of the people that have been coming to the RNA for many years would know Doug Syme. Doug's the ground manager here at the RNA. He has been for many, many years. Many years. He retires in 5 days' time. This is his last Speedway with us as ground manager, but I hope it's not his last Speedway as a spectator. Anyway, we're going to ask Doug to toss the coin for the two teams, and we'll get Paul and Troy to call. But before we do that, we'll just welcome Doug and say, Doug, it's been great to be associated with you, and all the best in your retirement.
Thanks very much, and I hope you have a good night. Thank you.
Thanks, Doug. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we'll get Doug to toss the coin. They worked out who's going to call. Tails it is. Right, the Englishmen have taken 1 and 3. Ladies and gentlemen, well, the bike guys will just take their bikes around and go back into the pits, and we'll introduce the sprint car trio to you. But while we've got a minute, we'd just like to thank our sponsors for tonight on behalf of the promotion. We'd like to sincerely thank our major sponsors at tonight, which of course are Sandgate Wholesale Cars. Without the sponsors, a show of this magnitude is just not possible to put on, and we thank Sandgate Road Wholesale Cars for their sponsorship. Also, of course, we've got Baker Brothers, who are great to us. Fine sponsors of us here at the exhibition ground. In fact, they sponsor every meeting this year. And also our friends from Metro Nissan, Peter Boland and the boys, and Nissan Australia, we thank them very much. Also, of course, Phil Beaumont Motorcycles, who are giving away the motorcycle. If you haven't got a program, just grab yourself a program, fill out the form and put it in the box, and you can win the Kawasaki KX80 that happens to be up at the grandstand, and you can view that up at the main entry gate. Also, you don't necessarily have to have a program, just fill in your name and address, drop it in the box, and you'll be eligible for that prize. You don't have to have a program to enter that competition. So please feel free, go up and enter the Kawasaki. Also, of course, all our minor sponsors who have joined us tonight, from Winfield, of course, or not a minor sponsor, City Hire Service, Mercury Batteries, Tool Van Services, all those sponsors we say thank you. Capri Driving Academy, and all those people, thank you for your support. Anyway, as soon as we can clear these bikes off, we'll hand over to Cole and introduce the sprint car drivers to you.
Thanks very much, Mick.
The boys will line up. This is going to be very tough. Bobby Layton from the Australian Kangaroos has said it's going to be tough stuff. Hard on the wood here tonight. A1, Troy Butler. Come down on the inside, Paul Thorp. He's the UK skipper. Next to him, Mick Powell gets a run. Ray Morton also down on the inside for Morton in the green. They're going up to Kiwi Clem. He'll give the start of the Australian Cycle Union officials. Will get set to let him go. Watch out for Butler on the outside. Underway. Troy Butler, Paul Thorp. Look at the skipper from the UK, Paul Thorp on the outside. That's 1 and 2 for the Pommies. That's Ray Morton just in front on the outside. Paul Thorp in the white. It's just off the knock on the Aussies and Clinton. Down past Machinery Hill they go. It's still England 1 and 2 with 1 lap to go. Troy Butler trying desperately to get somewhere near him. On the outside, that's Paul Thorp in the white colours has just got ahead. The Pommies are in front. We said at the start they were going to do this. They weren't going to give the Aussies a chance. It's going England 1 and 2. A big hand for Paul for Ray Morton was second. Troy Butler third and Mick Powell fourth for Australia. We'll get a time check on that. But I tell you what, there's a nice little echo that the Pommy team's put out. That's the English All-Stars have said that they were going to do it tonight. And they've turned around and just run out their best. And they've just done that. Unbelievable. We'll get a time check. So far, the Aussies are backpedaling. This don't look good. Let's see what we shape up now. This is Heat 2 and Event 2 on the card tonight. They're just going to line up, we'll see here tonight. Phil Crump in this run, Darren, Winkler, Simon Cross and Scott Lamb. Let's see him pull into the tapes. As Simon Cross has just moved up for England. Right here on the outside, the legendary man of Australian Speedway and dirt track racing. Number 4 for Australia, it's Phil Crump. Let's go! Underway, what a beautiful jump. Some top running. Phil Crump, Darren Winkler, Simon Cross and Scotty Lamb. This is one of the next Heat 2 as we take something like 52.15. It's the fastest time here tonight. Phil Crump for Australia. This is looking very, very good. Underway, after the cheer him on, Australia. Cheer him on. Here we go, the legendary man himself. Crumpy's doing it for us. We're going to pick up the big points here tonight. This is looking very, very good for Australia. This is probably the last time we'll see him here. Give him a cheer. Phil Crump for Australia. How about that? Is he good or is he good? And this guy's going to retire. I don't think we'll ever let him. The man's a legend in Speedway. Phil Crump will do a time check on that. We're chasing 52.15. $51.09. How do you like them apples? 51.09 to the man of Speedway himself, Phil Crump. English All-Stars. Pretty well even Stevens at present. Coming up for Heat 3 and Event 3 on the card. Carlson now moves down onto the inside run. Jamie Habbin makes a turn 2. Paul Woods is there. Clinton Butler's in number 6. That's Butler on the outside. Let's see what they've got. Underway, Clinton Butler on the outside. A beautiful jump out for Mark Carlson. Have a look at Carlson go. He's in front, digs his heel in. Now looks over his shoulder and says, okay, catch me now. This is Australia, the boxing kangaroo going for home. Nice and early in this one. Carlson flying in this. Butler's picking up the rear, so it's Australia 1, the UK 2 and 3, and Butler making it 4 for Australia. We're looking at 51.89 here at the Brisbane Exhibition Ground. Go for Australia. Carlson pushing hard. Look at this boy fly. Oh, mate for the Miners. Butler now moves up in the first spot. He's going to hold it. Coming up for the checkered flag. is going to give us 1 and 3. Yes. You beauty. How about that for Speedway action? On Gregory Terrace as they go by, give him a big cheer. Mate, this is good stuff. 52-2-3. That one's a bit slower, but we'll see what happens later tonight. Carlson is absolutely electric. He was very, very G'd up in the pitch tonight. And he said this is going to be a tight one. Troy Butler said tonight, now Troy is checked out professionally. Don't do it in the backyard yourself. Then you can head off on a well-earned break, knowing that your car is in tip-top condition. Metro Nissan, you'll find them inbound at 199 Lutwich Road, and of course outbound at 144 Lutwich Road. Metro Nissan giving us the bike action here tonight.
Doris Butler, if you'd like to come down and sit beside Graham Gould, please. Doris Butler, if you'd like to come down and sit beside Graham Gould and keep the points up to date for him. Thank you very much. Thanks, Graham. Back to you.
Okay. Paul Thorp gets another run. He's on the outside here tonight. He wants them to move over. He said, come on, fellas, give me a bit of room. He's not happy with it, says it's not good enough. They've got to give him the room to move. Paul Thorp on the outside. Ray Morton's there with him too. The officials have said that the room has got to be made for him, and obviously enough it has, because it's of paramount importance, so they must have the set space. 1.5 metres is the required distance there, and Paul Thorp was not getting that. 1.5 metres. He must have, obviously, enough at the speed these guys kick out of these gates. He now has the room. Paul Thorp on the outside. Next to him is Raymond, Phil Crump and Darren. Whoa! Underway. Darren Winkler on the inside. Look at this boy starting to get mobile. Phil Crump is there too. Look at Paul Thorp. The UK all-star skipper is now out in front. The guy is mobile. Bobby doing very, very well. He said to us down at trackside, he said, I'm going to kill the Aussies tonight. I tell you what, he's going about it doing a funny thing. English All-Stars #1, Paul Thorp in front and loving it. Bobby still in front, running with him, that's Ray Morton. This is 1 and 2 for the UK. Come on, Australia. They're good on. In front and doing it beautifully, giving us a nice little lesson. Paul Thorp won. Ray Morton will get it second, so that's 1 and 2 for the UK. And give them a big hand. We were 9 apiece for the points. .51.47. 51.47. That's got to be our fastest time tonight. 51 for a few reasons. He wanted the meterage. He didn't have it to start with, and that's what Paul Thorp argued about. He must have that distance, and he got it. On the outside for Australia, this is Mark Carlson. For Australia in this run, we'll have Mark Carlson. He's already in the tapes. And Clinton Butler, they'll go up against Scotty Lamb and Simon Cross. It's early days yet, so Australia can come back from here. They haven't let the Pommies get too far ahead yet. I say let because you've really got to give them a chance. I mean, they're tourists, and we're trying to help the tourist industry. Here comes Butler. Clinton Butler now moves up. There's the psycho himself, Simon Cross. On the outside, Mark Carlson for Australia. Watch Butler on the inside. Yes, underway. Butler gets it nice. Oh! Butler almost hit the ground. He's gone back a couple of knocks. That's not too good for him, but he's picking up the ground. What a beautiful jump. Simon Cross and Scotty Lamb got the better of it. The two bombies now starting to sort it out. Simon Cross now says, okay, fellas, let's see what you can do. Butler's trying every little trick in the book. Bring it up a little closer for Australia. But Simon Cross out in front and loving this one. Cross throws it beautifully. Next to him is Mark Carlson for Australia. So but we're a fair way back on this. The Psycho man himself, he's no Psycho, very calculating rider, this boy. Simon Cross for the UK. Carlson for Australia, second across the line. Then Scotty Lamb and Clinton Butler. But a great ride there for Simon Cross. Almost brought down at the start was Clinton Butler. 51.60, thanks Bob. 51.60, that's just a bit outside our fast time. Fastest time tonight held by Paul Thorp at 51.47. But Simon Cross then at 51.60. They're very, very close, these to and froms, aren't they? Very close.
Graham, you've got Doris Butler coming up to give you a hand with the point scores.
Thanks, Cole.
At the moment, it's 12 to the Australians and 18 to the Bombs.
That's it, all right. Okay, let's line them up and see what we got. On the inside, the Aussie Kangaroo skipper. There's Troy Butler down on the inside tape. Next to him, that's Paul Woods. And then Mick Powell, our replacement. Jamie Habbin there for the UK team. Let's see what we got. The Aussie skipper's carrying it all. Yes! Nice and quick. A beautiful jump out by Jamie Habbin. Troy Butler for Australia has got out in front at present. Butler's inside now, moves back in a second. Here he comes again. This guy's a champion. Have a look at the way he's handling this dirt track run here tonight. The guy is underway in a big, big way. This is Australia 1 and 2. Mick Powell now moves past. They're going to run in tandem. This is big points for Australia. Butler's running right on his shoulder. It doesn't matter. 1 and 2 across the line. These are two great Australian competitors. What a beautiful slide around the top. Straight on the Gregory Children's line. 1 and 2 as they run up for a checkered flag. And a big run by McPowell. Yes! What a good captain in Butler. He saw that Mick Powell was going like a cat shot in the backside, and he was just sort of guarding his inside shoulder. Fabulous ride by Powell and Butler. 52.18. 52.18. Still the fastest time tonight. Stands at 51.47. That's Paul Thorp's fastest time. Stand bare. That's Carlson down on the inside in 5. Stanley Bear in number 7, replacing Clinton Butler. Don't forget all the action here tonight is being videotaped by Curtis Video Productions using their 2 cameras for full coverage, and the tapes are available for sale in the bar area, and we'll cover all of this evening's program. So if you'd like to remember some highlights from it, thanks to Curtis Video, the whole program tonight will be for sale on video as you leave the grounds tonight in the bar area proper. You can also have a look at the view of the tapes later this evening to make sure you sort of just sample out what you want before you actually buy the tape. But that'll be in the bar area, thanks to Curtis Video Productions. Kevy Clem calls them up. replacing Clinton Butler. Number 7, Stan Bear. 5 for Australia is Mark Carlson. Paul Thorp, the UK skipper, number 1. And Ray Morton. I tell you what, they're up against the toughies tonight. Oh, underway. Morton got a beautiful jump out. Morton has jumped beautifully. Have a look at Stanley Bear. Go Stan! On the outside, Stan Bear. Underway. Look at this guy go. You little beauty. Stan Bear now in front of Morton. Here comes Paul Thorpe. He's not real happy about running in third spot. But there's not much he can do about it because Stanley Bear's got him on the wood. For Australia, looks at his shoulder, says, how close are you blokes? Look at the pressure that Paul Thorpe is putting on him. Paul Thorpe from the Bombies, trying to get Stan Bear. Bear looks over his shoulder. Stanley's got him. Stanley Bear, Paul Thorpe, go, go home. You beauty. Oh, mate, give him a big hand. Fabulous riding. Stanley Bear. Wheel him out as a reserve. Where the hell was he in Heat 1? 52.19. Thanks, Bob. Gee, I tell you what, it looked a lot faster than that. 52.19. Stan Bear's first appearance out here tonight, and he's blown him away. Paul Thorpe, the UK skipper, tried to catch him on the bargains because you really only pay for it in the pocket in the long run. When you buy from Metro Nissan, you're guaranteed clear title. No one's going to come and take it off you, and you know they'll be around to back up their product. Check out the range at 199 Lutwich Road on the inbound side. You'll be glad that you did. Metro Nissan. Score stands Australia 20, UK 22.
Graham, I'm over here at the entrance to the bike pits, and Nigel Burcock says he can ride the bike, but he can't fill out the program. How are you going to get on for the rest of the night?
I said I could ride the bike better than I can fill a program.
You'll be right. You'll get the hang of it by the final heat on the program.
I'll manage.
Okay, thanks, Nigel. Back to you, Graham.
Thanks, Kyle. Okay, let's see what we got. Simon Cross on the outside. Throw! Simon Cross. Simon Cross out for that one. You touch of the tape, you out of the race. Just goes to show there is a goal closer. That'll put Simon Cross out for a tape infringement at the start. Just checking with the Australian Cycle Union, Bob tells me that the rules are stating that on a tape infringement, they can bring in a reserve. I would say on the UK team, for the English All-Stars, that'd be Justin Walker. They'll wheel out for that. So I'd say that Justin Walker will get a Guernsey this to replace them with the reserve. So that'll give Justin Walker a run. It's a 2 down. Okay, here they come. Justin Walker on the outside, Troy Butler next in. There's Scotty Lamb and Mick Powell down on the inside. This is going to be close. We're 2 points down, Speedway fans. For Metro S, underway. Oh! What a beautiful comeback by Troy Butler. What a fabulous catch. Troy Butler literally got knocked out of the saddle. Completely did not have any hands on the bike at all, and has managed to pick it up under full power, pick it up, and still stay upright. Good one for the Australian skipper, Troy Butler, top stuff. They'll all go back into that. Did not get past the first corner. But what a top bit of handling from Troy Butler. That was great stuff. So they're all back in. There'll be no penalty incurred on that one.
I told the riders, should there be a situation where a rider is disadvantaged on the first turn, I would stop the race and restart. The offending rider that caused the disadvantage to Troy Butler has been cautioned. The second caution will result in a fine and an exclusion with no restarting rider reserve. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Bob. Back to you, Graham.
Thanks, Cole. Okay, here we go. Troy Butler's back out there, showing no signs of the mishap, but that's the name of the Speedway game. Justin Walker, number 7. Oh, beautiful. Out he goes. Butler settles down. Now 3 abreast. Troy Butler goes. Look at him on the outside. Now moves up against Troy Butler, showing no signs of any sort of fear about this at all. Pushing hard, Mick Powell going with him. They're ahead of the Pommies. Butler in front, Powell running second. Powell's going to walk it out for Australia. Troy Butler high on the track, looks back over his shoulder. 1 lap to go. Troy Butler, Mick Powell. This is looking absolutely good for Australia. We're going to catch this point. The Australian Kangaroos versus the English All-Stars, and it's all Troy Butler. You're kidding, the guy isn't good. Did about the last 50 metres monoing. Big stuff. 52.06. And an excited Butler. 52.06. Big stuff from Troy Butler and Mick Powell. For our first stanza with the Australian Kangaroos versus the English All-Stars, a replacement of this one we'll see again. The big fella, Stanley Bear, comes out for Darren Winkler.
Come on, where's all the Stan Bear fans? Where are you all? Let's hear it for Stanley.
We're all here.
They're quiet behind you tonight, Graham, I think.
I think you could just about call the John McDonnell stand the Stan Bear fan club. And why not? You're kidding, the guy isn't good. Fast time tonight is 51.47. Bring the legendary Jimmy Sills, the king of thrills. Joe Gertie's here tonight. And also from the States, Kevin Hurton. That's still to come, Speedway fans, so don't you dare go away. We've got 1 to go. Number 3. There's a guy that is a legend, Phil Crump. This guy has got decomposed granite in his veins. Number 7 for Australia on the outside, Stanley Bear. Jamie Habbin for the UK team at number 6, and on the inside, Habbin there. Let's see what we got. Phil Crump got a beautiful run. Look at Phil Crump. Jamie Habbin's on his inside. Phil Crump on the outside. Crump's taken him. Habbin moves back in the second. And the quiet achiever of Speedway, the man that's going to chuck it in this year. Phil Crump in front. Habbin going with him. Not much chance of catching him. Stanley Bear makes it 3 for Australia. This is going to be a big point. Phil Crump, Stan Bear now making a move. Trying to close that gap. 1 lap to go. Phil Crump in front and on his own. Look at Stanley Bear trying to improve the point. Look at Stanley Bear coming up on the outside. Whoa! I tell you what, there was a lot of action in the minors, but don't take it away from Phil Crump. That was a hell of a ride. Stan Bear was trying to improve his position on Jamie Habbin. 51-51. Even Stevens, nice name for a racehorse. 51-51. That is a very, very quick time. That's just outside our fast time. Paul Thorp held that, but that puts Phil Crump at 51-51. Also just having a quick little gander down the program tonight. For those of you that have been wondering where Pop Rivet is in the solos, he's actually coming out in the warm-up laps for the sprinters.
It's a 99 car tonight. Hopefully we can get something fixed and be back out tomorrow night.
All right, thanks very much. We hope that you can get it if it's only a minor problem.
So we'll give it our best shot.
All right, thanks very much, Kevin Hurton, our American visitor, and we hope that he gets the car back on the track. Back to you, Graham, for the call of the Sidecar scratch race, the next event on the program.
Thanks, Cole. That's bad luck that the Americans won't come out against the Aussies, isn't it? Bit of bad luck for his car. He's done something bad to the back end. Let's line them up. Number 9 tonight will be Wayne Monk. Phil. Wayne Monk on the inside. Phil Rowan next to him. Just coming up to fill that gap. That's Pop Rivet. He's going to sneak in on his outside, the Flying Firth. Watch Wayne Monk on the inside. Gets a beautiful run, does Pop Rivet. Oh, what a top drive. Alan Rivet gets underway very, very quickly. Monk's trying desperately to get somewhere near him. Monk now in second spot. Moves around sharply. Rivet still in front. Going beautifully. Alan Rivet in front. Has stepped off the solos. Now having a run here. Wayne Monk on the inside, a big fight for second and third. Still Wayne Monk, Phil Rowan going hard at him. Rowan on the outside. Rowan's picked him up. Rowan has now set sail for Rivet. Don't worry about the sidecar that's in front of you. Your race leader at present is Alan Rivet. I tell you what, if this bloke does it, he's just done it. He's got off the track just in time. Alan Rivet, Phil Rowan, Wayne Monk. A big hand for Pop Rivet. Greg Wire, he's sidecar passenger. $57.10. Thanks, Bob. 57. Geez, that's nice and quick. $57.10 for Alan Rivet. That's a top run. How about you give Pop Rivet a big hand? There's something different from him. There's a guy that did so much for solos and always does it for solos, now trying sidecars.
Just while Graham's talking up there with his helper, don't forget there's more Speedway action tomorrow night out there at the Archerfield International Speedway.
Paul Trump moves up. Paul Thorp. Let's see the big cards fly. You've got the 2 skippers on the inside. Underway. Paul Thorp managed to get a good run out of that. Look at Butler. Butler's got the edge on him. On the outside is Thorpe. Thorpe throws bit of riding that was. You saw the two captains there, the Australian Kangaroos captain and also the English All-Star skipper. Paul Thorp holds the fastest time tonight so far in the first stanza at 51.47. 51.51, I tell you what, he's still got stranglehold on it at 51.51 for Paul Thorp. He's not far off his top time. Very, very consistent ride of the English skipper. Number 4 for Australia. The great man of dirt track racing right on the wood here tonight for Australia is Phil Crump. On the inside, the run for the Pommies. See Scotty Lamb down on the inside. Simon Cross next to him. Oh, what a beautiful run. Oh, mate, Darren Winkler lost a lot of ground with the mono. Have a look at Crumpy. Crumpy's on the outside. Look at this. Handlebar to handlebar. Look at Phil Crump. Phil Crump on the outside. Wow. I tell you what, the guy is a champion in the true sense of the word. Phil Crump, the Australian cheering this boy on. Phil Crump for Australia. 1 lap to go. Crump's in front. Right on. Oh! Oh! Darren Winkler is down. Winkler has hit the ground, needs the ambulance. Winkler was just working his backside off going around there and has gone down in the sloppy stuff. Cole Mullins is getting over there just to see how he is. I hope everything's okay. They've called for the ambulance. They have obviously declared it at that. But it takes a bit of gloss off. Phil Crump was having a hell of a ride there. And Phil was a top ride, mate. News that Stanley Bear will be Darren Winkler's replacement for the Aussies. Scoreline for Metro Nessie 2 for the UK All-Stars. The Australian Kangaroos tonight are doing very, very well. Still too close to sit back and have a chuckle about. It's only 2 points.
Graham, after this event, we'll do the draw for that Phil Beaumont $50 hamper or $50 voucher. And of course, we must thank Phil Beaumont Motorcycles for their generous support. Back to you, Graham.
Clinton Butler for Australia, number 6, Mark Carlson, number 5. That's the Aussie contingent here tonight. They're going hard up against Paul Woods and also Jamie Habbin. Oh, underway, Habbin on the outside. Look at the way they jump out. Carlson has jumped out very, very quickly for Australia. Butler's there with him too. The Aussies have only got 2 points of difference. Let's see if we can improve on that. Butler's on the inside. Carlson on the outside. What a beautiful sight. Australia, 2 abreast. Down past the Gregory Terrace stand they go. The Gregory Hills, give them a cheer. These are the Aussies doing it for us. Butler in front. Carlson going with him. Clinton Butler driving hard at this. Pushes into the corner. Down past the big He's looking for more points for Australia. Clinton Butler and a big run right on his tail. Mark Carlson for Australia. Jamie Habbin, also Paul Woods for the UK team, 3rd and 4th. That's going to stretch our lead a little bit. Currently, prior to that, it was 34 to 32. Let's check a time. 52.07. Thanks, Bob. 52.07. They had a bit of a break. That probably explains just a little bit quieter. But I tell you what, these Pommies are going to come back with a vengeance. 52.07. Fastest time tonight goes to the English Metro Nissan. Grab the family, get mum in the car and the kids, and head out to Metro Nissan at 144 Lutwich Road outbound at Windsor, and have a look at the great range of cars that you'll find at Metro Nissan. This is getting very, very close. That video, incidentally, is being screened in the bar area now. The video is in the bar area now. Nice to see Graham Ray, the Mitre 10 King from the Sunshine Coast here tonight, enjoying the Speedway. Okay, let's see what we've got. Now, full-time occupant with the Australian team, number 7, Stanley Bear. Yo! Time's right. The Aussies roll around.
All right, I've just been asked by promoter Mick Butler if Bobby Johnson can get that 2-minute siren going.
It was going all right. He had, believe it or not, 5 seconds to spare to make it onto the track. Thorp, that's cutting it a little too fine, mate. 5 seconds or you'd have been in deep doo-doos. Okay, let's roll them up. For Australia, Phil Crump and Stanley Bear. For the UK team, Paul Thorp and Ray Morton. The scoreline, Australia 39, UK 33. Let's see what we got. All eyes on the tapes. Yes, underway. Oh, look at Crumpy on the outside. Phil Crump, 3 abreast. Phil Crump now in the second spot. The fastest man in the exhibition tonight is Paul Thorp. He's in front. Crumpy's not letting him go. He's going hard at him. Phil Crump now in a second spot. Down along the Gregory Terrace. There he goes. Come on, Australia. Crumpy's pushing hard. Paul Thorp still in front. The English captain's taking it to us. He saw the scoreline. He said, we're going to close this gap. And the UK team captain says, righto, fellas, I'm going to do it for you. The Lion is roaring tonight for the UK team. Looks over his shoulder. No need, he's won it. Give him a hand. Paul Thorp holds the fastest time here so far tonight at 51.47, and he's led the British English All-Stars to victory in this heat. 51.50. How's that? Talk about consistent. 0.03 of a second faster was the fastest time, also held by Paul Thorp. I tell you what, he is leading by example. He got out there. He gave him a nice shake. Phil Crump, next out there, I saw him fall off a tram once. But he's offered to get out there for the Aussies. Thanks, Bill. We might be all right, though, at this stage, mate, but can we call on you?
Place for space there.
These guys have got hearts bigger than Tulloch, mate. Absolute.
It's not firing all that well. He was on it last time and it ran well, but we're having a bit of carby trouble with it. Also, we've got an overlap on bikes. Troy's bike was put out of action early, and Troy and Clinton have been doubling up on bikes, but that means the bike runs every time. So Stan has kindly loaned his bike to Clinton, so we're doing a real shuffle there. It's like musical chairs.
All right, thanks very much. That's all the action that's happening in the bike pits, and that's come to us with courtesy of our Australian team manager, Bob Layden. Back to you up there at our race control, Graham Gould.
Thanks, Bob. Don't worry, mate. We've got it in the bag. I don't care what that English captain's been telling you over there. Nigel Bucock's a great rider, but I tell you what, the Aussies have got him on the wood at present. He's pulling out all stops tonight. One thing for sure, the Pommies have got the fastest time. There's 5 heats to go. This is going to go to the wire. Scott Lamb for the UK team, and the psycho himself, Simon Cross. Mark Carlson for Australia. Standing right on his shoulder will be Clinton Butler in this one. This is heat 14 for Metronis, and this will be close. Watch it go. Oh, on the inside. Look at Carlson. Clinton Butler's up in a bound. Clinton Butler's up. He's okay.
Right, can we have everybody back away from the safety fence, please?
It looks like Simon Cross is the one that's hit the deck. Simon.
All right, Simon Cross, the rider that's down here, Graham.
Simon Cross was on the inside as they drifted out. You'd swear Clinton Butler studied ballet. He'd no sooner hit the ground than he was up running. Nice and tight. Butler missed the start. Have a look at this. Pommy take the flag to him. In front of Brevet. There goes Carlson. He's pushing very hard. Scotty lands in the high diddle. He's not giving up. These Pommies don't know when to die. And look at him go. Unbelievable. Scotty Lamb in front. Butler's on top of him. Carlson's having trouble with the bike. We've got to stop this guy. This will close the gap. He'll get the big points if Butler doesn't beat him. Look at Butler trying hard to get close to him. In front at present for the UK team, Scott Lamb, the only Pommy in the race, and he's going flat out like a lizard drinker. Scott pushing hard. Scott Lamb going for the checkered flag and has got it. Oh, 10 out of 10 for that. He's had to drag that from his boots. Everything was against him getting up. The whole race just sat on his shoulders, and that's not a very comfortable thing to have put on a young rider. He had to pull out all stops for it. And I tell you what, he was up against two of the best in the Australian camp in Carlson and Butler. 52.71. I tell you what, he was fair dinkum, wasn't he, with a speed like that? 52.71 for Scott Lamb. Now we go back to 4 in each one at restriction of the reserve. I was just talking to Bob Johnson from the Australian Cycle Union. He has said that with the pounding these bikes are taking here tonight, they're just red hot. And they're actually doing a lot of damage to the bikes. So he's being quite relaxed with quite a few of the rules, which shows good sportsmanship from the Australian Cycle Union. These bikes are copping a hell of a caning here tonight, and that's the reason for it. Jamie Habbin, number 6 for the UK team. Also Paul Woods for Australia, Mick Powell, and Troy Butler. Butler on the inside, looks over his shoulder to see where Habbin was. I tell you what, he better look. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Troy Butler in front. Right on his shoulder. This is a nice test for the Australian skipper. He's having a look for him. Butler in front, on his outside. This is Australia's big moment. Australia 1 and 2. Look at Jamie Habbin. They might do it too. Watch out, Butler. Look at him. He's going from side to side. Butler trying to keep him out. Mick Powell. Look at Butler. Habbin on the inside. Oh, mate. This is close. Powell on the outside. This is close. This is close, yes. Australia, agile like that Speedway fans. I tell you what, they're not going to come much closer than that. Did you see Butler? He was looking left and right. You'd swear he was at Wimbledon watching the tennis. They were all over him like fleas on a dog, but what a hot race. What are you doing? 53.78 and 2 IC.
And Clinton Butler and Mark Carlson, we'll see what bike Mark Carlson comes out on, because he had problems with Darren Winkler's bike. Bobby Johnson on the two-way between himself and the pit area to find out what's happening.
As Bob was saying, he was being a bit relaxed with a lot of the rules because, as you were saying, Mark Carlson's on Darren Winkler's bike, Clinton Butler's here on Troy Butler's bike. So the bikes have copped a hell of a caning here tonight, and that's the reason that some of the rules have been relaxed. The main ones, of course, must be adhered to because we're running under special test conditions, although not a test.
That's right, Graham, and of course, when you look at the English team, since they arrived here in Australia, all they've done is race. They've had about 4 race meetings in the space of a couple of weeks. And
Oh, yeah.
with the miles they've travelled in between and not much time to prepare bikes. They're doing a fabulous job to put on a show for us. Now, folks, let's give a round of applause for the bikes because they're certainly doing a top job out there. They're working frantically over there in the bike pit area to get bikes ready.
Yep.
And I believe Graham, Steve and Tony Langdon brought in some extra bikes tonight, I think, and they've done a tremendous job working on bikes all the week, getting them prepared, and let's hope that these guys can put their bikes to rest for a few days after tonight, and they can get them ready for their next... No, I feel sorry for them. In the talking with Paul Thorp up at the North Ipswich Rugby League Club on Monday, and he came out and he said, oh, when's it going to rain? He was waiting to race in the rain again, but luckily we got that meeting over and done with. A fabulous night of entertainment. But we'll go back to you, Graham, for the call of the next heat on the program, heat number 16.
Okay, let's see what we got. 49 points to 41. Clinton Butler, Mark Carlson for Australia, Paul Thorp, Ray Morton for the UK. Sorry, there's a change. Stanley Bear in for Mark Carlson. Whoa, nice and quick. Stan Bear on the outside. Look at a breakaway quick. Morton for the UK team. Look at Thorpe on the outside. Butler's on the inside. Butler and Thorpe. Look at this for action. Right around the track. 1, 2, 3 abreast. Butler's in front. Holding off Paul Thorpe. He's trying to get near him but can't. Raymond running fourth, but it's Clinton Butler in front, just a little bit. Still Clinton Butler's in front, and he's pushing hard. Look at Thorpe doing it again. This is going to be close. They're running to the wire now. Butler and Thorpe. Yes. Whoa. Yes, Clinton Butler, but Paul Thorpe did not say die. What a great race. Fabulous stuff these teams are putting on tonight, the Australian Kangaroos and the English All-Stars, and they're a credit to both their team managers in Nigel Bucock and Bob Layton. Coming thick and fast, 53 to 43.
All right, Graham, I'm up here on the roster with Bobby Johnson. Bob?
Well, the point is the 2-minute siren has been sounded. I know it's hot, but it's hot for everybody. If the Englishmen can get their bikes out here, I'm sure the Australians will ride on it. There is other sections of Speedway, not just solos. There are people here who have come to see sprint cars and they've come to see mini sprints, and I think it's bloody unfair if riders can't do the right thing and play the game the right way.
All right, thanks very much, Bob. All right, the time is ticking away. So we go back to you, Graham, at our Baker Brothers Painters Race Control.
Boy. Well, that said that, didn't it?
Justin Walker coming out and replaced.
On the outside, next to him, Justin Walker. 2 is Mick Powell. Scotty Lamb on the inside. Troy Butler right on the outside. Look at the Aussies. They're going to take it to the Pommies. Troy Butler on the outside. Comes down hard. This guy is the Australian Kangaroo captain. And that's why Troy Butler absolutely flying here tonight. Scotty Lamb's there too. Mick Powell now moves up into second spot. Sticking it right into the Pommies tonight. Clinton Butler going hard into it. Powell on the inside. Still just can't get past Scotty Lamb. Scott Lamb holds him out. Coming up for a close finish here in this one, Speedway fans. Yes! Clinton Butler across the line. Scott Lamb will be second. Mick Powell for Australia third. .52.49 for that race. And a big one for Troy Butler. Yay! The previous race was 51.48. 51.48, my apologies for not giving you that earlier. 51.48 on that time. And 52.49 for that run. 57-45 Australia's way, and the Pommies are in a loss for the UK and a final run to come tonight. Got about 30 seconds on the clock. The siren has been sounded. The Pommies don't front.
Time limit must be getting very close.
Got 3 on the track, Cole.
Yep. One more bike to come out.
Phil Crump for Australia, and what will be his last run here at the Brisbane Exhibition Ground. He's on a current Australian farewell tour as Phil Crump's thrills and chills for quite a few years, and has decided to call it a day on his farewell Australia tour. He's stopped off here at the Brisbane Exhibition Ground, and it will be the final run for the legendary Phil Crump.
All 4 bikes on the track now, Graham, so we should see a start very shortly. Bobby Johnson signifying to get them up. We get the pit gate closed over there, please, officials. Okay, back to you, Graham, and our Baker Brothers Painters race control.
Let's stick it right up them and go for 1 and 2 Australia. Let's show them who's the best tonight, fellas. Phil Crump on the inside. Yay! Underway. Phil Crump shows his way. Oh, look at this. Stanley Bear down in there pushing harder. Australia's pride is here tonight on the dirt. Look at us fly. Unbelievable stuff. Phil Crump. Thorpe's got a run tonight. Thorpe on the inside. The English captain. Phil Crump on the outside. Thorpe just gets the edge on him. Crumpy's on the inside. Look at this. Look at this. Crumpy's got to get past him. Thorpe's on the inside now and in front by a bike's length. Coming up for a second. The final one will be of the legendary Phil Crump. The English captain, Paul Thorp, takes it out. Phil Crump second, Jamie Habbin third, and fourth across the line, Stanley Bear. Speedway fans, give Phil Crump a hand. He didn't win that, and that's the last time we'll see here in Brisbane the Australian legendary man of dirt track racing, Phil Crump. 51.05. 51.85 on that. 51.85 with a win to the Australian Kangaroos tonight, taking on the English All-Stars. Give them a big hand, Speedway fans. And Phil Crump, thanks a hell of a...
Now driven by Berry and the beautiful car number 16 down the back of Rick Hodges. That's your starters and drivers in the next heat of the sprint cars on the program tonight, being brought to us by Sandgate Road Wholesale Cars. Back to you, Graham.
Cole Sandgate Road Wholesale Cars are on the phone at 265 7000. Nice easy number. Pretty easy to find too. If you get out along Sandgate Road, you just look for the Pink Palace. That's where you'll find them. That's Sandgate Road Wholesale Cars. Come on, Brisbane, in the Baker Brothers Painters trucks, the Australian Kangaroos and the English All-Stars. Thanks, fellas, for some very, very exciting racing tonight. A big hand for them. The Australian team in the front run featured Stan Bear, Clinton Butler, Mark Carlson. Unfortunately, we lost Darren Winkler. Phil Crump was there tonight. Mick Powell was there too. And the captain of the Australian Kangaroos, under the watchful eye of Bobby Lane, was Troy Butler. For the English All-Stars tonight, the official team manager, Nigel Brucock. In the team, Justin